Ugh.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Ate it. Oh, dear. Are you excited then? Good.
I don't want my ass facing them.
No, absolutely not.
I'm holding up the line. I'm shaking. My hands are numb. I know.
Hey.
Jerry.
Always cold.
I'm always cold.
Style clothing.
How are you? Oh, still walking. Yeah? Yeah, you were getting the mail the other day, you didn't know I was, did you?
Just started with the agenda items. There is the arbitration award and the letters that you have forward to our attorney. Minutes somewhere in front of you.
Yes, I think I just got here. This one of them, right? Yeah. I'll throw the tools.
You got that? We got to approve the December minutes that you guys have read. You and Vinny and myself. Here's a copy of the same thing I gave Mr. Ford. That's the town copy to read. For the record. Y'all give the December minutes, guys? Need a motion to approve the December 10th and the 30th minutes for those two board meetings.
Make a motion that we approve the December minutes.
I would second that. Bev, all in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Three ayes. Now you guys got before you the January minutes. Beverly? Need a motion to approve January's minutes, for the 7th and the 24th.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
In your packet of stuff, you have all the reports from the dog catcher to code enforcement, everything. That's for your guys to read. I need a motion to sign the sheriff's assessor agreement. We have already signed it for the first part of 2019. And this would take us to through 2020. And it requires a board motion and a supervisor signature.
Okay, now, what is, because I see on the one report, and again, we're starting on this. There was, something paid to this guy for $12,000.
Yep.
So is that a yearly fee?
Not the guy's town hall.
It's town of
Whatever.
That's the annual fee.
Right, okay, so you pay it to the town of Walsall, and then obviously, because he is part of the town of Walsall, so they're doing like, we're doing like a shared service with them, obviously, right?
We're doing
It's like
shared
five
service with
years,
6 towns.
six
Oh,
towns.
yeah, okay, so it's $12,000 a year that we pay them, or is it 12?
It's $11.50 a parcel times the amount of parcels we have.
Okay,
I think it times out, I might be in, put like 1,059 parcels.
okay,
And multiply that out.
okay. That's what it comes out to, obviously.
Right, and when it's time for our reval, that's where the real savings is, because it's $8.50 a parcel when it's our turn to get reval,
Alright,
which is a huge savings.
okay. So, now, so then he's paid for the whole year then?
Yes,
Is that what we're saying? So we don't have to pay him anymore, so that's all done? Alright, okay, alright. Okay, but we have to turn around and we have to, sign him up every so often, or is this, was that last year's, or is this coming year's coming up?
it's a 6-year term,
Okay,
and I believe we have to just sign the agreement once a year. I might be wrong, but
Okay,
I sign it, the Wellsville supervisor signs it, and then it's dated and notarized.
okay,
And, the state has a 6-year agreement. Mandates us having,
right,
and these are the prices
all
for assessing. We're at $11.70 a parcel.
right,
Next year it jumps 15 cents, so it's 11.65 a parcel.
okay,
And it goes up slightly, it goes up 75 cents over 6 years.
all right, okay,
And that is considerably cheaper than we were. It's a little better than we were paying before, what we were,
okay.
because we had to hire our own people to reval us.
So this guy's qualified to do the revaluation? That's what you're saying?
Yep.
So when we do our revaluation, that's into this, or we have to actually pay him a stipend for doing the reval?
No, it costs us $8.50 a parcel for the reval.
$8.50
$0.50 per parcel for the reval.
for the reval? Okay,
And the next reval is when?
Within the next 4 years.
4 years?
all right, okay,
Because our rate's down to 90%.
okay.
You see that?
Right, yeah, right, I see it went from 99 down to 90, right, okay, so, all right, so then that means that in 4 years, then you will do a reval, and that's when we're gonna
Yeah.
have the $8.50 a parcel to have them do the reval.
Yeah, our reval schedule here is for 2023.
2023, okay,
So these are all the towns he does.
all right, okay,
Amity has the lowest rate, and they're like 80% right now, and Friendship's at 85. And that's our agreement, was the cost savings for all 6 towns.
okay. Now, is it, I don't know, I mean, is there a certain amount that we get from the county for, towards our reval, or the state, so we get a certain percentage?
If our tax assessor would have put in the proper paperwork, we would have gotten a rebate from the state for the assessment.
Okay,
And it never happened.
oh,
So this is why it's important to have someone that's going to do that.
oh, you mean the previous, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was gonna say, we're gonna hire this guy?
No.
Okay, this is not the guy, okay, that's why I wanted to make sure.
Because the parcel rate, when we had our reassessment before, was $43 a parcel.
Oh, okay,
That's hugely.
right, okay. That's what the county, or the state kicking back, it would have been like $43, now it's gonna have to be 85 because the paperwork didn't get put in. Right, by the previous one.
No, we never got no rebate back from when we had our last reassessment.
Oh, we never did? Okay, right, okay.
The paperwork was never filed on our behalf.
Oh, okay, okay.
Which I
So
mean,
this
the towns
gentleman will start following
Yes.
for us then? All right, okay. So he will realize that we gotta get this thing put in, and then the fund, then 5 years from now, or 9 years from now, we might get a little help. Is that what you're saying, possibly?
In the year 2023 is our reassessment, we get a kickback in 2024.
Oh.
We get a rebate,
All right, okay,
no matter if it's $5 or $3,
Right, whatever it is.
whatever it is, it's
Right.
better than nothing.
right, yes, okay, all right, okay. All right, okay, Yep.
Need a motion, so I can sign the thing.
I'll make a motion.
okay,
All in favor?
all right.
Auditors. Anyone have any questions about the bills we need to ask?
Steve is on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, take your time.
Yep, there you go, yep, there you go.
You done?
Yep, I'm fine, yep. Okay, got everything.
Can I make a motion before we start this? I'd like to make a motion that they be read aloud in front of all the taxpayers from now on, like we used to do.
Well, I think we already set the agenda on that. Our last board meeting. Let me, let's, here's that agenda for the, say we want to read the bills out. Well, let's,
This is auto pay the bill.
But this agenda can be altered. The agenda can be
The
altered.
reason
All it
we-
takes is a 3-person vote, you can alter your agenda.
the reason we
So,
the audit pay the bills is so y'all look at them and know what you're looking at, and really it's the state's requirement of us as board members to know what we're okay.
I don't know if Dan has a copy of it. This is claim number 8, Dan, for $272. It's Napa Auto Parts. And there's a particular bill here. This bill date is 12/10, December 10th. There's a there is a notation here for a part. Just mine on buying parts. It looks like it's a gasket, bolt gasket, rear axle. What was that for?
Volvo and Sterling, Sterling will cover this production out.
Oh, okay. And here's another bill from, this was last week, February 4th. It was like it was, it says paid cash for truck number 3 and 2 parts, 3112.
That was about 3 weeks ago.
And what's that for?
That's some metric gaskets for gearbox on one of the standards. I don't know all the parts, cannot get them. I get one, I got 2 of them through the internet. And I got 2 of them through BDI over on the found a couple for me. So we got 2 on the shelf, we got 2 standards, they say, seals, and they, hard to get.
Alright,
So
so,
I use my own credit card to get them.
alright, so the 2 seals. So you ordered them from somebody else?
Yeah, is that BDI
How
one?
come they, yeah. Why didn't he just ship them?
I went to Ole and picked them up,
Oh.
I needed them to get that truck back together.
How often do you do something like, have to pay out of your pocket?
Only when it's a situation
So
like
is
that.
that
It's
very rare, very
3
rare?
times a year maybe at most.
So,
You don't have a credit card.
right, so at best, well,
It's hardly a, it's
Okay.
every once in a great while, it's just something that had to get put back together, they had
that's
them.
fine, just wanna make sure, so it's hardly ever that you
Is there a
have
way
to do
to
anything.
set an account up with them? BDI I might be able to, but we wouldn't do much enough with them, that was just
Yeah,
something they had that I.
There's no reason why anybody should have to pay out of their pocket. I mean, thank you for doing what you did, but like you said, there's no need for it. I mean, it's not.
Give us credit card back then.
It's not something that, requires.
Oh,
No, no, all right, I'm good.
Get that truck
Did you
going,
wanna see this?
No, I got it.
that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, no, no.
Well,
I'm good with that part.
just for that, you know, you paid that out of the pocket, so it would have been 3 weeks, the truck would have been sitting there, I know.
All right. Answer my question, that's fine.
Need a motion to.
Okay, well, I got some other stuff on that, because there's some past bills that haven't been brought out, or hasn't been paid from the last time. So I would like to kind of revisit those as well. I mean, we got
Can I make a
or-
motion to pay these first?
Well, I'd like to make a motion to pay them all at once, myself personally. I mean, you know, so,
We don't even know what bills those are.
well, that's because, you know, well, one is cover halls, air gas, and, you know,
There, I checked them bills, I think they're all covered in this new one.
they are on there.
There-
They
there's
got
a
their,
bill there for air gas
$350, you know, golden allowance in there as well.
That's not part of the,
That's not part of that one?
no,
That's
this is not
part of the
this.
town?
We're talking
Okay, all right.
clothing allowances.
All right, okay.
It's totally separate.
So you all got
we
paid
have-
for? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, all right. And you got your, the parts, actually, that's what he's talking about, 3112. All right, okay. Air gas and, cover halls. All right. Air gas is actually covered as well in there, right? Okay, yep. Well, then I'll make the motion, we pay the highway bills.
So we pay them all,
What's that?
all of them, the general and the highway.
Oh, okay, well, then, you know, all right. Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, yep.
Let's go to old business, we gotta wait till at least 6:30 to get a hold of the attorneys.
All right, okay. Old business?
Okay, old business,
Okay.
planning board. I, went to the county planning department this week. and, the training's free. I'm gonna make a proposal that we, give our planning board a year to get off the ground. It doesn't cost us nothing. We have people that are willing to serve, and, you know,
Okay, so the training, because the last guy that came in here said that there would be a charge, and it was something like $100 or $150 a person.
no,
That was the guy that came in and did the presentation. Right, and he was from Belmont.
yeah, through Durham, I talked to, the first training is out there in at the Crossroads Center on March 25th. And they have trainings every month. They have to take 4 hours of training for
Okay.
people.
And the people that volunteer are saying they'll go down
But, yeah, if they want us, the county would like us to give them all their contact information, and I just gave them their names and the dates that we approved them.
Okay.
And I would like to have a motion to give us a year on that thing.
I have a resolution here,
Yep.
and it says, the Town of Elma Board will abolish, repeal the said local law 2 planning board. It will take place immediately. General Municipality Law 195 M, Town Law 271-1, Town Law Blue Book, Chapter 7, 3, creation and abolishment of planning law, allows municipalities to abolish, with a 2/3 vote.
That's no good, Jerry, because we have to, you take your local law, we have to have a public hearing on it, and then we would vote after that. I mean, I reached out to the town's attorneys, our attorney also, and asked him how to get rid of it, and that's what he told me.
Order this thing right here.
Well,
All
I'm
we
telling,
gotta do is vote on it.
Jared, it took first of all, the referendum, you have to give notice for a public hearing. In order to get that planning board, you had to have a public hearing. If my recollection is correct, we did it 2 particular months in a row, 2 months. We were only required to do it 1 time. We did 2 months in a row. So we allowed the public to come here, make comments on the planning board.
yeah,
In order to withdraw that, let's put it this way, in order to withdraw that, we'd have to go through the same process that we got it here.
Not according to this book.
Jerry, you gotta read the whole book. We did,
There's one section on the planning board.
Jerry, it
We
took,
can abolish it
it
right
took a
here.
public hearing to create.
It don't take a public hearing to abolish it.
it's a passing of a local law to abolish it, because the local law was filed with the Secretary of State's office on July 7th.
Didn't he just read you guys the law? If we could do it in a public hearing
Excuse me,
right now, let's do it.
This is a board meeting, not a town hall meeting.
But now,
I'm only gonna tell you that one time. That's why these guys are here. All right? Go ahead, push the issue, push it.
okay, but now, when you did that, you actually had a public hearing. But the public hearing that you had, obviously, there was a number of people that were against it, and you chose not to turn around and listen to them anyway. So
Well-
we can have a public hearing right here, right now.
No,
that's not possible.
You have to give a notice. You
Well,
can't have a, listen,
I know, but
You
you
got-
didn't listen to them either. You didn't listen to them.
hold on, what do you, before you go running off with your mouth?
No,
I voted against the planning board.
They didn't
I
want.
voted against the planning board, but I'm not allow us to make up the rules as we
No,
go.
we're not trying to.
Yes, you are. You cannot make a
That was out there.
referendum. You can't have a referendum
Okay.
unless you have a public hearing first.
Right,
So once you have the
A
public
referendum
hearing,
is nothing more than a,
public hearing.
motion.
listen,
Okay.
in order to
In order-
create, the
and
same
all
steps
this
you,
amounts to is
the
you have to
same
put it on
steps
record.
you took to create the planning board, you have to take the same steps to dissolve the planning.
No, because what it is now, what I read in here now, what it is, as long as you're not replacing this planning board with another type of a thing, you can
Right
abolish it.
there.
All right, listen,
No, that's what
we
I'm
have an
saying.
attorney that deals
Right,
with these.
I understand that, right, and we got a comptroller that deals with it as well, and that's the ones that actually have us turn around and write these things up. And that's where we got all this information is coming out tonight. So we got the comptrollers.
Get it now.
We don't need to, we don't need to get it out.
Again, Steve, I voted against it,
All right, okay.
So let's just put that out there.
All right.
But I'm also for decorum
I
and the rule of
understand,
law.
right, I
And the
understand
rule of
that.
law says, in order for us to even have that planning board,
Give me your book.
we got about the book.
No, I mean, you're saying it's in here. Give me-
I'm
You're
just
not
telling you
all
right
right,
now,
Mark.
you have to have,
Read
you
it
have
out,
a
Jerry.
referendum, you
Read
gotta
it
have,
out.
you have
Read it
to,
out, read it out,
you have to have a public hearing.
read it out,
Vote on it.
Creation of body,
Where are you looking?
read it out.
152.
Page 152?
Yep, okay, that's all you can do. Okay, read it out.
You find it yet?
Yeah, I got it.
Got it? Towns are not required to have planning boards.
That's correct.
However, the town board may create one by local law or ordinance. And it's, law 271.
Stop, what does law 271 say? What does law 271 say?
It just says law 271 here.
What does the law say? I know what the wording says, but what does the law say?
What do you say the law says?
The law says you have to have a public hearing.
If the town opts not to have one.
Let's just
the
forget
town-
even, that's
The
even in
town
there.
board
Go ahead.
or any other body may assume the functions normally reserved for the planning board. Once created, the town board also has the power to abolish
What does it say next, Jerry?
the planning board.
No, what does it say next, Jerry? See Conklin versus the town board quarterly. You know what that case law says, Jerry? Do you know what that case law says?
No, I
Well,
don't.
let me tell you what that case law
But I
says.
can read on here and I can
You
also
can read all
tell
you
you.
want, but you can't just selectively cherry pick what you want out of that town law.
However,
You got,
this
what do you
is
think
not-
they put that stuff in parentheses for? That's a reference point. So you have to go back and acknowledge that reference point.
Well, you people sure didn't use it when you used it.
Bullshit, Jerry, we had.
Wait,
We
language? Hey, language?
You tabled this thing twice.
I didn't.
Yeah, well,
The reason why we tabled it is because the
Yeah.
town
They
people
had harassed
wanted
Yeah.
to table it, not because I wanted to table it.
That's because they didn't want it to start with.
No, because they said they didn't get enough notice, Jerry. We can go back and grab the minutes and see exactly why they wanted to meet. Because they said they were not given sufficient
All
time.
we gotta do is,
You know what, Jerry? I suggest that we table it until you get your information together, you get the correct information. And then we can make,
Just schedule
We-
a special meeting.
we can make a decision based on facts. All right, you have to have a public hearing. And again, the two public hearings were made because they said they didn't have enough time for it. I was here for that meeting. And the second reason why they had a public hearing, because people were against it. So by law, we only need to have one public hearing. But out of the goodness of the board's heart, they decided to have a second public hearing, which was not required. If you're gonna read stuff out of this book, you have to read it line by line, verse by verse. You cannot cherry pick
There wasn't
what's your narrative.
right here, like, all we gotta do is.
What does the attorney say? Does the attorney say we need to?
Says we're required to have a public hearing and another local law to abolish.
Let me guess, that's probably local law 121. I'm just guessing now, I'm just saying it off the top of my head.
So chapter one.
No, I mean, they do have a local law in here, Jerry, and they, you know, they did have two
Well,
public
I'll tell you
hearings,
what we'll do, we'll make a motion,
so.
we'll table this to the next meeting. then.
That's what I said.
I'll put my facts together. It's a learning process for me
I-
too. You're not gonna sit there and run your mouth to me like.
Well, I'm not
you're
gonna sit
doing
here
right
listening to you just make up stuff as you go.
You wanna have a public hearing on the third? What's our next meeting?
now. Fine with me.
Yeah, come on, that morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Just go down to the heart, the, see, petty cash.
You want petty cash?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Then we'll deal with the lawyer, and then come back to.
Right, okay.
What you got for us on petty cash?
Hold on here, I'll find it. town,
Town law, section 64.
town of Alma, has determined that, creation of a petty cash fund for the town of Alma department is, the efficient method to pay emergency expense parts, delivery, etc.
What department? Did you say? You said the department.
They could be any of them,
What?
they could be any of them. Town board, any,
Town board.
any, parts, you know, any part of the town board, say highway or town clerk.
Town law,
Right, you have
section
to-
64-1A, authorities establish a petty cash fund by resolution. The town board will create a petty cash fund in the amount of $200 for highway, town highway department for the purpose of emergency expenditures. The town, supervisor will, draw a check payable to the custodian for the amount created. Town law and, manual 65-25, Alma, superintendent of highways will maintain and be appointed as custodian of said petty cash fund, and custodian shall keep records and receipts of all expenditures and funds until, prepare a file and with the board and statements following all receipts, expenditures, and balance at the end of each month. On receipt, board, petty cash fund shall be reestablished, form of check issued to the town supervisor at each meeting. So basically, I want to set up a, $200 amount so we can, you don't have to, in an emergency like we had here, you don't have to.
Is that a resolution kind of thing to read? Okay, so, let me ask you that, I'm sorry, is this up for discussion now?
I'll second this motion.
Whoa, who are you, again,
Right,
the rule of law, decorum.
Yep, hey.
Let's have a board discussion before we just jump into it.
Well, he has a first, he has a second, now we can run this.
Now you discuss,
All right,
right,
let's
you
discuss.
discuss.
Jerry, where are you coming up with the petty cash? What is your basis? What are you using as your basis for petty cash?
Well, if you look at this, I don't know what page it's on right now, I think it was on page
75.
75, whatever it was, you're allowed up to $500
Okay,
for petty cash.
but the two paragraphs before that, Joey, what does it say?
Which one are you,
Oh, well, we'll read it.
I'll read it to you.
Read it. Can you read it?
Article 8, petty cash funds, 4-32 purpose. Pursuant to town law 64-1-A, you need to go back and read that. Town boards may by resolution propose petty cash funds for town officers, heads of departments, officers in the town. 4, section A, the payment in advance of audits of property itemized and verified or certified bills for materials, supplies, or services furnished to the town for the conduct of its affairs, which materials and supplies must be paid for on a delivery, and the purpose of making change when required in the performance of official duties.
So,
None of that met this criteria. I just asked Dan, not even 3 minutes ago, how often is the need for you to pay out of your pocket? His exact words were very rare.
it don't even.
Very, let's cut to the chase.
No, you're not, I'm tired of you giving me a hard time about everything.
I'm
All
gonna give
we
you,
wanna
listen,
do-
I'm gonna give anybody
Listen,
on this board a hard
listen
time
to
when
me.
they're wrong.
Listen to me,
You can't make up stuff as you go.
I'm not making stuff up, but if he had $200 up there and it was sitting there, if you only used it 3 times a year, or maybe
That
every
is
5
not
years.
what the statute is designed for, Jerry.
It don't.
Our magistrate, Dave Stilson, somebody comes in here and pays a fine. Does Dave take that, if the fine is for $99, and the guy gives him $100, does Dave dig into his pocket for that? Or does he have a petty cash fund for that?
I don't know.
He
You
has a
tell
petty
me.
cash fund, you know why? Because the second part of the statute says, when required, by official duties must be paid for and delivered. and the purpose of making change. If somebody gives him 100 for a $99 fine, that's $1 change. He has that fund. He does that. Our clerk, hunting season comes along. We all know about hunting season. We all know about hunting season. I come in and buy a hunting license. If Raquelmo takes his cut, and it's a $30, and it's a $25 bill, and I give her 30, she's gotta give me $6 back.
What's the big deal about setting up a petty cash fund for him?
He doesn't need it. It doesn't even meet the criteria.
I don't even care about your thing.
He has
I'm
accounts.
talking about him. If he had.
Is it for parts, or is it for
All right,
shared
Jerry,
services?
Jerry,
Is that what you're getting at? Because that's what you
Just let
said last time.
Hold on. Now, obviously, you know, he's doing the same thing as what, you know, he's, you know, telling us to do. If you go down to section 433, again, the amount of petty cash for a receiver of taxes and assessment in a town in the first class shall not exceed 5, right? Or for any other officer or office of the, or department head, of course, a town board may create such a fund in lesser amount if sees fit. So we can turn around our office or officer.
No, the backup is class 1, that's big town, or class
Okay,
2.
you're class 2, so let's go down here to class 2 then. Okay, so upon the adoption of the appropriate resolution creating a petty cash, the supervisor would draw a check payable to the respective office for the full amount of the fund as so created. The town officer would then cash the check, okay, this is how you're gonna all set it up. So you can actually turn around and give it to an officer.
So,
As you're coming down through, if the petty cash fund is used only for the purpose of making change, it should always total the authorized amount. If the petty cash fund is used for paying for small purchases or items for which payment is due on delivery, it will be diminished in cash amount and will have to be replenished as described.
Steve, what you're saying is, everybody on this town board is entitled to petty cash.
Right.
I agree with that, that's
That's
my
right,
part.
right.
Dan, how often do you pay, do you have accounts? Do you have accounts everywhere? I mean, you have ones in Napa, you have one at. Okay, so you have church accounts.
Right.
So you've been a highway superintendent for how long? How often in those 12 years have you had the necessity for petty cash?
Right.
So,
Now remember, I'm asking him, not you.
We had the scrap money up there, we used some of that for.
We're not talking about scrap money. No.
You're asking me questions,
You know what?
so I'm answering.
You're, first of all, don't get yourself in the trick bag by telling us what you do with the scrap money. So here's what I want. Don't incriminate yourself. I'm just incriminating. Just a little free advice, don't incriminate yourself. How many times?
This is
in the last 12
harassment.
years have you
Yes,
had meetings
it
other
is.
than this last time for petty cash? You don't.
Just be
You know what?
quiet.
You don't. I've been here 2 years.
Yeah, you had a credit card back then.
That's right.
where I did.
Until February.
All right.
He had to
So, I'll tell you what, when we get a highway superintendent, then next highway superintendent will have a credit card.
Right
And that'll- He's only there because temporarily.
That's harassment again.
Thank you, discussions, yeah, leave that now.
All right, so let's move on.
Motion's on the table.
Hold on a
And
minute.
seconded, no
You
seconded.
cannot make a motion that goes against the town law.
You have to
You're
pass.
saying against the.
Right.
It is going against the
Set up
town
a
law.
petty cash for anyone, you can set up a petty cash for anything
You know what?
want.
I'll back that motion, but let's do one for everybody on this board then. What's wrong with that?
Go for it, you can do that if you want.
You know what? Because maybe,
Make out your resolution and go for it. You know,
Brian.
I mean, that's up.
Brian.
But what I'm saying is that, you know what?
Your wife.
If you got different offices, and you can turn around, and you're regulating them to where they're supposed to be regulated by this
I
book.
guess we can change that amount,
Right.
44,000 and add another
No, it
$300.
says $1,000 maximum.
No,
That's
you're
what I'm
missing
saying.
the point.
No, what I'm saying is, you know what, this petty cash that you got in here never gets reported, it never is brought up, I understand it's for change. But I'm not saying that they probably not use it every once in a while and have to have it replenished, but you never hear them
Once
giving
you
a
ask,
report.
before you make an accusation like that, once you ask the clerk.
Right.
That money is never
Right.
touched, it's not,
Okay.
what was the phrase?
Slush fund.
Slush
Slush
fund,
fund.
Yeah,
never.
Right, no,
On a daily basis, my drawer is $100 every time my drawer is touched, making change for hunting licenses, fishing licenses, dog licensing, anything else, that drawer is recounted and every single day is $100. My tax drawer of $200. People bring in thousands of dollars worth of money. I have to make change for all these 20s and 50s and 100s. Every single day, every time that drawer is touched, my change drawer is $200 to the penny, and I have a ticket every day signed and with my initial on it. It is never, ever used for any purposes whatsoever except for the change for hunting licenses and miscellaneous or taxes. Never is it used for items in my office or anything else. If anybody else has to say something, they're throwing some information wrong to you or anybody else.
So what does she
There we
do?
go.
It's no slush fund.
We're plowing snowy roads, broken equipment.
Alright, so Dan,
Okay, so we got a motion on the floor.
when you ordered them sealed, did you just have them in inventory? Right, how long did it take you to get them over to Old? So could you have come to the bookkeeper and say, hey, I need a check for blah, blah, blah? Well, I
Seriously?
mean, real companies, you know,
He's not the highway superintendent according to, what's his name there?
you know.
You can't have it both ways.
Company I worked at had to have it shipped, COD, I would go to people that handle the money and ask them for a check for it. Just tell them, I need to pay.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, but you still think?
Well, I'm just saying, you worked in industry,
I
you know all
understand
stuff.
that, but you see, this is the biggest problem we have with this whole thing, is because
Finish it. There's no, under no
there's not
circumstances
even
you
an
can
issue.
out of pocket
You know,
for
I'm
anything.
saying,
Could you live without it? You want the credit card back?
Give him the credit card back, I can.
We'll give a highway superintendent a credit card back.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it right now.
Dan Ford, he just set you up again, Jerry.
Anyway, you
The
got a
highway.
motion on
You got the highway superintendent that says he's only using the 2 or 3 times.
Right, I understand.
So,
Okay.
the only
I thought
thing-
you were the highway superintendent.
But he's not acknowledging Dan as highway superintendent.
Okay, I mean,
But he did acknowledge what he said.
because it has to have full accountability.
Right,
He acknowledged
that's
what
I'm
he
saying.
said.
Right, well, it's in the
True.
resolution that it is accountable, that's actually written in the resolution where he has to make a report every month. He has to show us his receipts, you know, if it's not, then he has to turn around and show you that he's got $200. Right, it's all credible, right, yes.
What's wrong with that?
Right, no, I'm just saying,
Right,
it's gotta be
okay,
accountable.
It's all in the resolution right there, too. Okay.
What to buy, pizza, donuts, and
No, it's
stuff
not-
like that,
it's not
it
even-
can't be done
No,
there.
it's funny because-
I don't blame him for wanting the money to go buy the parts, I get that.
Right, okay,
This ain't gonna be used, that's gonna be used for emergencies.
right, that's it.
May never get touched more than that.
It may never be used. If you get your credit card back, then you won't have to worry about this. Until then, we gotta.
He did fine for 11 years.
Yeah, credit card.
Right, okay, well, you
Learn
guess
what you
it's
took.
out there, so.
Yeah, you paid out of pocket if you had to. You just said that.
We will have a roll call vote. Call roll, please. You wanna restate your motion at all?
I'd like to see that.
Well, we got the resolution right there, so we.
Well, he read it, and he doesn't read everything that's in the
Right,
book.
yeah,
so
yeah,
I
we
don't
got
trust
that
him.
right there.
Alright, I'd like to amend part of this motion right from the beginning. Parts, deliveries, and et cetera. I'd like to take the word et cetera out of that. That'll use a very vague understanding of what et cetera could be. My definition of et cetera means anything under the sun.
What would you like to replace it with?
I don't know.
What's you say, parts?
It says parts, deliveries, and et cetera. I don't know what et cetera is. Is et cetera donuts and water again?
Handling.
Alright.
Parts,
If
should be parts,
it's
material.
a parts and delivery,
Material, whatever, I mean,
parts
you
and
know,
materials.
Right.
Necessities.
necessities, I mean, you know. So, you know,
What do you consider, no.
No, toilet paper's a
it might have to
necessity,
be,
but,
it might have to be that coconut hand cream.
Why would that be called that hand cream?
Because it's the cheapest hand cream they get when they can clean it out on their
He's
field
got
when
an
they're
account,
going for.
he's got an account with,
You know,
we
you know
just
what?
read the bills,
So
he's
if
got
he's
an
down
account
there,
there,
if
he
he's
just wants
down
toilet
there,
paper.
right, now if he's down there to the store and he has
No,
to, he's
Jeff,
gonna run down, you know what I'm saying?
Steve,
So-
if he needs coconut oil, so his hands are nice.
No, that's not why they're doing it, it's, they buy it because it's the cheapest stuff and it does a good job.
So why don't you have a vendor order it in?
Well, I don't know, I'm not
can
in
do
charge
it.
of that.
Have you ever asked a vendor to order?
No, because, one of the guys today brought in some hand soap and coconut.
Right, that's all.
I'm just not comfortable with order seven, that kinda leaves you wide open.
Well, then, you have to tax at Dollar General. I just called the other day, I just called the other day and talked with Jerry and asked if there was anything you guys needed. He says, no, you guys are all set. So I touched base with them to see if there's anything that can be picked up because I think for up.
Okay, you know what, I'd be happy with shop supplies.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to take that set out,
parts, material, shops.
and shop supplies, that pretty much covers
I
all
can,
the
I can go along with shop supplies, right, yep, I can go along with that, right. Yep, I mean, I can go along with that, you know, I just don't want, you know,
shop supplies.
I mean, I just don't want it to where he brings in a slip and all of a sudden it's got coconut oil, and here we have this like thing going, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm saying, you know?
As long as the coconut oil is
Right.
not the same price.
Right, right, you know what I'm saying, right.
Alone.
Just lubricant, yeah. Yep, so. So.
See, you did this, you know where town was 64 is in
Petty cash and you guys.
75.
He's gonna amend that and fuck it up.
Is under, Article 5, I don't see it under.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about, section 64, 1A.